universal. Let's face it, we all want to be one club. We're all really one. Different faiths, different ways to walk. Tai Chi isn't trying to change anybody. It's not to change, it's to move. And a lot of different cultures have different things. I was in Korea teaching Syriacs, mainly in Mackenzie, and a little bit of other manual therapy 4 times. And I'd go out early in the morning and they'd be in the park doing their 20 minutes. Now it wasn't Tai Chi, but it was like exercise to get it going. So everybody kind of went to the parks and worked out with it. In Thomas More's book, The Care of the Soul, he says, what was exercise? Well, exercise in the 14th century was taking a walk in a fragrant, smelling garden. Exercise in our world is getting out of the gym next to somebody you don't know, with your headphones on, with the TV on, with the cell phone. We're too distracted. You know, and our patients get distracted sometimes. People we work with, we get too much. So, and I'm the guy that needs more focus. But this can help. This can lower blood pressure, helps mood disorders, helps depression, helps so many things. So what if you went to the doctor and I'm depressed? Instead of writing a script for selective housing, why don't you take 6 weeks of Tai Chi and get back to it? Actually, I'm seeing a couple of people. They're telling me exercise. You know, the college is 135. I'm 155. I'm not going to be down 135, but I need to get better shape. We all do. And different things, diet, exercise, we know the be all. But this can be a tool. Somebody mentioned tool in your bag. One more tool. And I grew up in the era where the Syriacs, the Mackenzie, Calvin, everybody said OT, PT, upper extremity, lower extremity. Come on. We're all one. We're all trying to get people better. I don't care whose name you use. The patient doesn't care how many initials after your name or what initials. They want you to help. And that's what I think this can do. And I think it's taking me in a different direction because Maedee is brilliant, knows more about movement than anybody I've ever met, including professors at universities. I have her teaching now. I made a connection at the University of Colorado Health Sciences Center. She teaches Tai Chi to PT students, doctoral students, for a day, and they love it. So she's getting her name out. She's down, they've hired her to go for a week retreat in Southern California or Mexico to do a Tai Chi retreat. So my goal is to get her here within a year. She's my teacher, okay? You want to learn from the source while you're still with us. So, okay, so let's stand. We're going to do some warm-up.
We're recording now.
We're going to do more.
Okay. We're recording on this at the moment.
Oh, relax.
Okay.
We don't do like big media stuff. We're good. We're very good.
Okay.
My daughter, 7 years ago, she was sad. I was island. This is the dancer. Like I said, she goes, Dad, I Googled myself and it wasn't anything. At least that's good news. We're trying to yell for all these things to look at. But we forget to look at each other's eyes. Look them down, even next to each other, texting. Look at the eyes. Look at another parent, a sibling, or a child. You would just meditate on the children if you're less than a parent. It's just, it goes like this. Blink of the eye. I had a woman, 90 years old, Tom. She said to me, Tom, in my mind, I'm still 30. You think they're old, but they won't. And today, I've actually been exposed to this home from a woman my mom's age, from her perspective, on OT. All right, let's rock and roll. Ready? Stand up nice and tall. All right, so this, I haven't done in a while, to be honest, because I haven't taught standing classes. Today's video will be good because she does breathings. She breathes in and out in a dantian and circles. They take about 10 minutes of breathings. They're good to learn. I feel my clientele, the folks I work with, it's too complicated. The dantian, the chakras, the this and that. So I just do breathing regular, old style. What's the one we say? Breathe in through the nose and smell the flowers. Blow out the candles. So that's my standard. Everybody has that image, okay? So let's just do in through the nose, out through the mouth. And in and out. One more time. In and out. And remember, it's negative pressure. The more you get out, the more you get in. So a lot of times people are short of breath, COPD, emphysema, apical breathing, shallow breathing. You need that diaphragm. The middle dog is an opera singer. You hold the note and pushing that out. Good. And good posture. So I'm just going to run through some of the exercises we did seated to standing. So we'll look up and down. one shoulder and over the other. And I'm not going to carry left or right. Just go to one side and then the other. If you have limitation in pain, I'll give you this as well. Go from side to side. Just tilt. Nice slow stretch. Good. Everybody actually looks very good range of motion. Nobody's screaming at me. Nice. And now circles around in one way. And then the other way. Good. Let's get those shoulders going now. Don't forget to breathe. Excellent. Nice job. Good. And then let's do that hug we talked about. Feet kind of underneath your knees, underneath your hips. Renee's a big stickler for that. The second toe is underneath the midpoint of the kneecap. So she would align the kneecap with the second toe. So there you go, and then under the hip. So we'll hug ourselves, stabilize here, and just go, let's go side to side a few times. Gentle stretches and rotation. Lumbar spine does more flexion extension, thoracic spine does a little more rotation.
Switching arms?
No, just hugging yourself. And now we'll take one arm and bring it across your chest. And then we'll take the other one and bring it across your chest. Good. Now we'll reach for the heavens with one arm and stretch to the side. Let the other hand kind of slide down past your knee, little lateral bending, and the other way. You realize what a great profession we have, though, to be with people one-on-one. And now with your Tai Chi, you can do a little bit more than one-on-one. Sure. Good. Now, shoulders back. What I like is just to squeeze them together. Squeeze those shoulders together. Get those roundwards, mid-traps. Open up that chest a little bit. And let's do this while we're here. Let's do a little bit of this. I want you folks to run with this. Okay? Make your own videos. You know, when you think about Richard Simmons made all that money, but people liked him. He was funny, they laughed a lot, made people work. Jack LaLanne was in my day. He was 60 at that time. Or actually, no, he was 40 or 50. He's in his 90s. It's all about circulation. The dude works out 3 times a day and does stretching. This is a good one for lumbar extension if it doesn't bother you. Excellent. Good. I'm going to add a new one in here just for hamstring stretch. Because generally, we talked about pressure to disc. This is 220 milligrams of mercury. Okay, so I don't want you to do it if you have bad back. So basically, touching your toes is not the best exercise for us. Okay? We used to think the hamstring stretch was great, like that one. Actually, lying in bed, 30-second stretch. I'll show this real quick. In the morning, kick it up and hold it 30 seconds. This one, 30 seconds. Repeat 2 times. We looked at all the comparative studies. That actually helps. Really? Those are some gentle stretches. So now I'm going to teach you what I taught the soccer team at Quinnipiac many years ago from one of our professors. Remember autogenic inhibition or reciprocal and those things? You fire one, you can't fire the other. We're going to do a hamstring stretch without doing this so much. Okay? So we're just going to do a measurement. Bend at the waist. Okay? Let your hands come down. Do not force it. You should be probably 6 inches from the floor. Some of you may be closer. If you hit the floor, bend your knuckles and kind of get a measurement, okay? Come on up and measure. Remember that measurement. Here's what you should do before you run, work out, bike, kayak, hike, ski. 3 events, okay? Submaximal range, so you don't hit the goldies, the GTOs. One of my favorite cars is a little kid. Now come down, but not all the way down. Come up, but not all the way up. What are we doing? Firing the quads. What do the hamstrings do for us to do this movement? Inhibit. They shut down. So right now, our hamstrings are shutting down by firing the quads. Submax, not all the way down, not all the way up. Nice and slow. Now go down to see if we can go a little further. I did it about 2 inches. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Wait a minute.
So with your more mobile people you work with, you might do that. And even if you don't want to do the pre and post test, if we're going to go do stairs or go outside, Just go down like this and do this a few times. What the skis do at the Olympics, you see them in the gate, they're ready, they're doing this. They're firing up. They need those hamstring stretch. I wanted to be Franz Kahn, like Ruben has some other stuff. Ted Ligety and all those guys both together. All right, so that's nice. So let's do some lower extremity stretches. Actually, let me show you the one that Maedee showed. This is one of my favorites. I can't hold a candle to her. I really can't thank her enough. I mean, seriously. All right, so she likes to do this. She's such a dancer. So she comes up and bends the knee a little bit. So be careful you don't whack your knee. Well, guess what she's doing? I'm going to turn around from you now. She's letting the arms swing. And so she thinks this, in the Chinese tradition, is what? Getting those kidneys going, getting the circulation going. So she's doing a little bit, and I believe she will have this in her video, okay? So a little bit of warm-up as a dancer. So she does an hour class, breaks it up like 20-minute segments, but her first 20 minutes are all warm-up exercises, no Tai Chi. Okay? So now I'm going to do some lowers. Again, I haven't taught this in a while, so I'm going to ask for your help. Let's maybe do a calf stretch, and if you have a better one. So let's put 1 foot forward, 1 foot behind. So we're going to put the knee is in line with the second toe. Better in the summer than barefoot, but you can see it. You don't want to go in, and you don't want to go out. You want to go over that second toe. Okay? Many of our clients, this is anecdotal, but they have flat feet, wear out the medial part of their knee joint, they're going to total knee, a partial one or a Mako. So Tai Chi helps arthritis. Isn't that fun? Tai Chi. So is therapy. Good studies on that. So you feel that little stretch? So that's kind of for the front calf, more the soleus. The other calf, whichever one's behind you, is the knee is locked. That's a biarticular muscle, the gastrocnemius. So that's stretching that way. So we're going to do them both. Stretch the soleus, stretch the gastroc. We need them both for what? For dorsiflexion. We need dorsiflexion for what? For balance. My grandmother wore high heels. They weren't high, but they were 2 inches all of her life. Take them off, couldn't quite get the heel down. You know, I don't know why these kids are wearing those 6-inch squares. To my daughter in Denver, she said, Dad, these are fun.
You can't take a very wide stride.
No, but you can be an opera singer and stand on stage and look great. But, yeah. So flat shoes, good arch supports. A lot of people have pesiplainus or flat feet. Make sure they get. They don't need $300 orthotics necessarily, but they need a good arch support. But you can buy the arch support, put them in, and trade them into shoes. I used to get Spenkos, which were about $30. You guys good?
And I noticed your backward leg, your foot is, heel is on the ground.
Yeah,
mine wants to lift up way up.
Yeah. So, and then we got our psoas a little bit too. Again, that's attached to the lumbar vertebrae, L1 through 5, so some of our back pain. Dr. Siraks in England thought 80% of it was disc-related. He's actually right. He didn't have an MRI or CAT scan. When I studied him hard along, 100% of people over the age of 44 have a disc. I'm 55, I'm L5S1. It doesn't hurt. It's not symptomatic. Okay? It's like a pebble in your shoe. It's on the nerve. It hurts like hell. If it's in between your toes, you don't know it's there. People come to town with my MRI. I want to look at you first. You know, I want to look at your X-ray. My shoulders, I got a frozen shoulder. That's a great diagnosis. 52 degrees. Let's put the thermometer on there. Frozen shoulder. All right. So let's march a little bit. Okay. Now, forgive me. Diverse populations. These are the big 5. The marching. I usually have people hang on. Okay. And then we do the knee bends. Again, the knee over the second toe, not out, not in. Maedee, perfect posture. A great OT endeavor named Christy Powers, brightest gal I've ever met in terms of OT, and Doug it as well with the Tai Chi. She takes every class for every discipline. And I hope she puts on some videos and stuff. She would video all our classes. Now, up and down. Toes and heels. Again, this is good for balance. It's good for the gastroc, and then in the front we put the anterior tibialis. Some of our E-vertebras are the peroneus longus and brevis. And I don't say that to be smart, I just say that as a reminder for me. And anatomy was my funnest course. Why? Because anatomy doesn't lie. It's either there or not there. And out to the side. And some of that chemistry got me in trouble when you couldn't see. Never had to take organic. Did you guys have to do that? Thank God. Yeah, and then the other way. Nice. Now hip extension. folks don't need to hang on. Us first. And then the other way. Okay? Some people like to add in a little hamstring stretch, contraction. So this is a concentric contraction. Lengthening it is eccentric, it's negative. 40 years ago, Nautilus came out with a big proposal. There were equipment. You go through every session, you do one set of 12 reps eccentrically. Okay, so instead of 3 sets of 10, which was the Lorne technique from the Army in the 50s, you don't need a lot of equipment to do this, but let me show you one push-up. So this is the normal with doing this a little bit, or if they couldn't do that, you press up, you could do your knees, but a concentric is boom, boom. An eccentric is down slow to the count of 6, up 1, 2. Down slow, up 1, 2. What's that?
That's not happening.
That's it. I came from Denver. I need some oxygen. My mom's on 2 liters of O2. I'm like, Mom, can I borrow some of that? So that's good. Anything else you can add in? Anybody want to add in something that, and again, I don't know who came up with the idea of cutting the body, and I hope you're not offended. We're all therapists. We're all helping people stay safe at home, get well in school, integrate in the community. You have a lot to teach me about your profession. You know? Our dialogue, this guy's taking the bull by the horn. And I had another profession change gears and he's like, going for it. That's called lifelong learning. When you learn from each patient, and I don't have all the answers. I always say, if all of us did, the line would be out the door around the block. We have some of the answers because we're still in business, right? So let's get more tools in our box. We good? Can somebody check the weather and see if we can go outside for standing Tai Chi?
Yeah.
Is that okay? A short break again, I just need to get a little water, and then let's see if we can go outside. Bring your jackets or whatever.